such a nice few bookish days planned. Well, actually, the reason why they're so nice is because I don't really have any concrete plans. It's going to be a very casual couple of bookish days. Since last week's vlog, I finished Out on a Limb. Oh my gosh, this book was so beautiful. I'll insert a little clip here of me finishing it because I did vlog me finishing it. So wait, let me let you watch that first, just so you could see the vibes, but this is me finishing Out on a Limb. That was perfect. Literally perfect. I'm crying, but my heart is so happy. So yeah, it was so beautiful. It was a book that is not plot heavy. I mean, I saw some reviews of people saying it's boring. No, there's not lots that happens. There's no miscommunication, third act breakup or anything like that. And I loved that. It was genuinely just a beautiful story of two people falling in love, learning to love every part of the other person. Beau is such an exceptional male main character. Oh my gosh, I love him. And Wyn is so funny. And the two of them are just so fantastic. I also loved that we got a proper epilogue of seeing what their lives are like together. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful love story. I don't often annotate my books. Let me just put my tea down. But I literally couldn't help myself. I need to actually go through and tab it because I just ended up like underlining it. I had a pen with me and I just kept like diving for a pen to underline my favorite bits. But now like I can't find the bits that I underlined, but there were so many beautiful moments in it. I am so excited for a reread. Like this line that I underlined, isn't that all we ever want? To be seen and heard, validated, even when we're not able to ask for it. Oh, it was just beautiful. Here's another one. I could spend my whole life waiting for the other shoe to drop, or I could begin training myself to expect the best, embrace gratitude and drop the skepticism. Honestly, I feel like Hannah Bonham Young was just teaching me life lessons and reminding me how to live a beautiful life on every single page. This. Okay, this is the last one I'll read to you from this book. There was one line on this page that just said, slow, assured, and delicate with each other. And I just think that's such a beautiful description. Slow, assured, and delicate with each other. And here's a little paragraph. A life where we'd make love as many times as we find each other, with teeth and force and passion. Years and years spent still getting to know each other, unlearning and relearning each other as the decades go by. Uncovering the intricate layers and deepest spots until every dark corner is found. The mess and the chaos and the beauty of a life well lived. A life shared. I'd like it very much. This book was perfect. Like it was everything that I love in a book. It was character focused. It was funny. There was humor. It was gentle and sweet and loving and still super sexy, and the words, I loved it so much. And I know I probably gush about it too much, and I'm now gonna have ruined it because I set the expectations too high and then it doesn't measure up when you actually read it, and I shouldn't do that, but it was just lovely and I am already so excited to reread it. And there is another book coming as part of the same universe. So this story is about Beau and Wyn, but Caleb and Sarah's story is coming and it's called Out of the Woods, and it's coming in 2025. I can't remember exactly when, but I now avidly follow Hannah Bonham Young on Instagram so that I can find out exactly when that comes out, because if it's written half as beautifully as this, oh my gosh. Anyway, loved. So I finished that, and then honestly, it was a very successful bookish week last week. I finished Glow of the Everflame. So I have been listening to, on Audible, the Spark of the Everflame series. So I've listened to Spark now and Glow, and I'm now onto the third one, Heat. The end of Glow was so good. Spark was okay, like it was just building the world. Glow was fantastic. I think Heat is going to be amazing. And then the last book that still isn't out yet is called Burn of the Everflame. I'm also loving how many of you are reading it at the same time, and it's been so fun to talk in my DMs on Instagram. So pop me a message on Instagram if you want to chat about any bookish things, because I love talking books in my DMs. It's been so fun talking to you guys about the books. And honestly, I've been loving getting into an epic fantasy series so much. It's making me want to do a reread of Throne of Glass, and I'm debating maybe at the beginning of December, to see me through that very cozy Christmassy period, I might start a Throne of Glass reread, because this is giving me all of those kind of vibes and I'm loving it. The only thing about this series that is quite a significant negative is that the main character, Diem, who is kind of like the badass FMC that we're so used to seeing in a lot of these fantasy series books, she's powerful and feisty and strong and all of those cool things. She's so annoying. Like, she's so annoying. And all of the books are written in her point of view, so we get a lot of her. And she does that thing that I really didn't like about Powerless by Lauren Roberts, where it's like just constant denial of things that are just so obviously true. And I'm like, you can't be this like super cool, powerful, feisty main character if you're kind of dumb and like you ignore really obvious things, you make so many stupid decisions. And the romance that is between two of the characters, he is doing so much for her. He is literally doing everything for her, and she continues to be like, yeah, well, I don't think he likes me and we hate each other, and it's kind of like trying to force that enemies to lovers trope into it. Anyway, so she's a little bit annoying, but otherwise I'm loving it so much. I'm loving the side characters and I do really enjoy the banter between them. I'm also really enjoying the plot. The magic system doesn't remind me of any other magic system, which is so nice. That's always so fun when you don't feel like there's loads of the same tropes like all bunched into a book. So I'm really enjoying it. As I said, the end of Glow, I finished it literally yesterday, was left on such a cliffhanger. And I'm remembering why fantasy series, when I get really into them, kind of ruin my life, because I just was like a ball of like anxious energy and I was like so tense, and I went to sleep last night, and Cameron and I tried to get an early night, and then I tried to go to sleep for 20 minutes and I just woke up and went to go get my headphones and just like popped my AirPod in so I could start listening to Heat, the third book, while I was lying in bed. But then you can't fall asleep because you're so gripped. But it's like the best kind of life ruining thing ever because you get so attached. So anyway, I'm so excited to see where the rest of it goes. I had this long debate yesterday of, do I start the third book now or do I wait, because Burn of the Everflame is not actually out yet, and based on how torturous the end of Glow was and how much I needed to jump onto the next one, it's probably going to be even worse at the end of Heat. So I don't know. I've made the decision. I tried to say, actually, I'm going to wait and not read Heat until Burn is out and then I can binge the second half of the series. I've already failed. But what I will say is that Heat of the Everflame is so long. I don't know how long it is in actual pages if I had the physical copy book, but I listened to all of my audiobooks on 1.2 and I'm only on chapter 2, but there are 28 hours left. 28 hours left. That is so long. It's so long, in fact, that when I was looking on Penn Cole, the author's Instagram, she actually has a Heat of the Everflame reading guide that basically says if you want to take a reading break, you can take a break after. It's split into 3 parts, part 1, part 2, part 3. So maybe I'll like just listen to part 1 and then take a break, because she also says there's no cliffhanger at the end of part 1 or part 2. Yeah, parts 1 and part 2 do not end on a cliffhanger, so they're good places to take a breather if you want to. So maybe I'll just listen to part 1 and then take a break and then finish it when Burn comes out. I don't know. Anyway, if you're looking for a good, I guess it is like a not romantasy, like a romance fantasy. Maybe it's just a fantasy. I don't know. If you're looking for another good fantasy series, kind of like Throne of Glass, then give this a try. It's so good. Anyway, so I basically feel like I can do lots of other non-bookish related things in this vlog because I want to be listening to this, and that is the excellent thing about an audiobook. To be honest, I'm really, really loving the audiobook narration of each of these books by Amanda Dolan. I think she's fantastic. But what I'm very excited about is that it says on Heat of the Everflame, it's narrated by Amanda Dolan and Will M. Watt, which means that we have a male voice actor involved in the third one, which is extremely exciting because I'm hoping it means that the male love interest gets his own voice actor. I'm hoping that's what it means. And I don't know whether that means there's also a point of view and maybe we get chapters of her point of view and his point of view, that would be extremely exciting. So we'll see. Anyway, so there's that. And then because we are so close to the end of October now, it's crazy. I am going to start the Mindfuck series because I want this to be my final read of October. I want to be reading this on Halloween and get all of my spooky serial killer vibes from this book. So I'm also going to start this, probably not today. I think I'm going to listen to Heat of the Everflame today, and I think I'm going to start the Mindfuck series tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. Anyway, so that is my reading update and kind of non-plan for the next couple of days, but it should be such a nice one, just sinking into just a very cozy autumnal couple of bookish days. Perfect. Just lit myself on fire. Clearly my dreams for having like a grand reveal of the stuff that we're doing in this room, I'm spoiling them for the bookish vlogs. We're slowly building some shelving and stuff here, and we've got some painting that we still need to do. So because I have so much audiobook I want to get through, I am going to put on some heat and paint. Honestly, an audiobook plus a cozy fire is the perfect way to do jobs. And this is a job that definitely needs doing, so let's get painting. Hours later, I'm officially on chapter 8 and it's still so good. I honestly can't stop. It's like just in my ear constantly. I am hooked. This afternoon is very cold and very grey and very just like blah. You know, that English weather where it's just a blanket of grey. It's drizzly, but not like the kind of rain that makes you feel good, just the kind of rain that's just like wet. So my desire to go out today is 0, but I think we will probably go book shopping tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will be a little bit more inspiring, but because the weather is just so grim today and this afternoon is so dark, we've got the lights on in the middle of the day, let's bake. So I'm gonna bake some banana bread. I'm feeling very torn between the banana bread that I wanted to make, which is like the Biscoff caramelly banana bread, or I just did an Instagram search for banana bread recipes, of which there are obviously like a billion. It's probably like one of the most popular recipes on the internet anywhere. And I saw, oh my gosh, don't tell me it's now vanished. I saw a cinnamon crunch, or a cinnamon sugar, cinnamon crunch banana bread. Doesn't this just look so good? Oh my gosh. So now I'm debating doing cinnamon crunch, but maybe I'll stick to my caramelly Biscoff, or I could do both, half and half, see which one we prefer. Maybe we'll do half and half. Decisions. Anyway, I've got so many bananas, they've all got to be eaten, made, used up, so let's get baking. And I'm gonna put this straight back in my ear because I can't bear to miss a single second, but somehow I've still got 26 hours and 10 minutes left of this insanely long book. It must be so fat. Have any of you, did any of you listen to Kingdom of Ash on Audible? If you did, how many hours was it? Because I read the actual physical copy, but I'd love to know how many hours that was, because that's just under 1,000 pages, the English version. I think the US version might be over 1,000 pages, but let me know because I feel like I'm gonna have to compare. I think I might have to go, I don't know whether I'm gonna go and buy the physical copies yet. TBC. Anyway, right, let's make some banana bread. And play. my gosh, how good does this look? I'm sorry, that looks insane. I hope it tastes as good as it looks. I can't wait to get it out. Right, let's get this onto a cooling rack and then give it a try.
I knew my pleas were futile. As long as he drew breath, Luther would fight the gods themselves to stay at my side. It didn't matter. Our time was up. The king of Igneos had arrived.
Hi. So I have come to the shops today because I actually have quite a few things that I need to do very separately to bookish stuff, but I'm actually proposing to 2 of my bridesmaids today, which is so fun. And I need to pick up a couple of extra picture frames because I'm giving, anyway, you'll see in the wedding series videos like how I'm doing it. But anyway, I need to pick up a couple of picture frames. I am doing everything in life so slowly because of this book. Oh my gosh. I now am like understanding more about why the books are each called like Spark, then Glow, and then we're right now on Heat, and now they've started mentioning the word Burn, which is obviously for the next one. I'm at a bit now where I'm like, why isn't this one called Burn? But it's so good. I mean, I need to actually check. I want to check now actually on Pencole's thing, like when is the end of part 1 where she says like take a break, because I'm currently on chapter 20, part 1. Okay, so part 1 ends at the end of chapter 21, and then I can take a break if I want to. I mean, you guys can probably tell as much as I can tell that like if I pretend I'm gonna take a break, it's probably me just like lying to everyone. But I just don't know if I want to barrel through the whole thing. Anyway, it's going so good. I'm loving it. She is getting less annoying. Diem, who's the main character, she was definitely more annoying in the last book. She's less annoying in this book, for sure. She's like a little bit annoying, but not like she was in the first one where there was just so much denial that it was painful to read. Whereas now we're like getting on with things a little bit more and she's kind of acknowledging her own nonsense, which I appreciate. So anyway, I have of course got my headphones with me. So I'm gonna pop these in and I need to buy these picture frames. I wanna go to Waterstones and have a quick look around. And then I also need to go to Space NK because I really need some new hairbands and like a few just like beauty bits. So let's pop to the shops and keep listening, but oh, it's so good. I'm fully hooked. Okay, that is all done. Oh my gosh, I am so hot. I'm literally sweating. Ugh, I took my coat off, but that might not be enough. I think I'm gonna have to take this off as well. Whew, I thought it was winter. It's not. Oh my gosh, that is so much better. I'm trying to wear like wool and cashmere when it's just not wool and cashmere weather. But very quickly, I know I've just like fully seatbelted up, but let me just show you very quickly what I got because it was some good bits. Only small, but good. Actually, I need some water first. Okay, so first from Space NK, I got myself some more slip hairbands. If you don't know about slip hairbands, I know they're expensive hairbands, but once you go there, like you'll just never go back. And they do last a while, but like after, I don't even know, a year maybe, the elastic starts to die. So you can get them in a range of different colours depending on like your hair colour, or if you just want them funky colours, like I've got bright pink ones and stuff. But these are silk hairbands, and I'm telling you, they're the best hairbands in the whole entire world. So I got some more of those because I desperately needed some, and I don't have any in this colour, but it's really nice. Hopefully that will like match my hair colour quite well. So I got some more hairbands. Also, I'm telling you this because I bought these now because I need some more because I can't find any, and it's driving Cameron mad every time I'm like storming around the house trying to find a hairband. But if I was you, I'd be starting to make a list, because what I'm doing of all the stuff that I want to get in Black Friday, and I make like a list of all the beauty things I want to get, I'm making a list of all the bookish things I want to get, making a list, etc, etc. So slip hairbands are a great one, put them on your list. Personally, I do all of my beauty shopping, no, not all of it, I do most of it at Space NK. And then I also got some of these hairpins, which I feel like I've just seen everywhere now. These like, they're like, I don't know what they keep calling them, like French hair clips or something. And these, like, have you seen these online like I have? I'm so excited to actually try it, but apparently they're just like so good at, I mean, I obviously don't have the right hairstyle, but I'm imagining some kind of like clipper section back type thing, like obviously when I don't have a headband in, and be able to like hold to like a half up, half down type situation. So I can like take it back, and then I'm gonna have to watch a tutorial or two. Oh, it works really well. I mean, obviously I'm just like clipping a random bit of my hair back, but it does actually hold it in place, and it doesn't give you that same like horrible pinching feeling that like a normal like bobby pin would do. Anyway, I'm very excited to start seeing if I can do some more fun hairstyles with these, because I really struggle with keeping my hair back in the winter when I can't have my sunglasses. And then the last thing that I got from Space NK was the Laura Mercier eyelash curler, because I've heard great things, and I have been using the Shiseido eyelash curler, which I also had heard great things about, and I bought it a couple of years ago now, maybe 18 months ago or something like that. And I don't think my eye shape is right for it, and I think that is something to consider when you buy an eyelash curler, because everyone was like, oh my god, it's the best eyelash curler in the whole wide world. But I think it's meant for more like cat eye kind of shape. I think mine's are kind of almost like too round or something, because it just doesn't curl them. Like my eyelashes on the corner edges get kind of just like crimped in half, not like curl. Anyway, that is way too much detail, something you do not care about, but I'm going to try the Laura Mercier one and see if that is any better for my eye shape. And then the last thing I got, which was from Oliver Bonus. All the stuff in Oliver Bonus is so cute at the moment. It was very hard to restrain myself, but I got myself a mug because it's so cute. Ah, look at this mug. Don't you just think it's perfect? I think it's so perfect for literally every single time of year. Like, it's perfect for spring. It's got the like the perfect pale pink springy color, but then the red and the pink kind of gives me like slightly candy cane-y vibes. Anyway, I just love it. Oh, sorry, I've had to pick you up because my camera started wobbling. Anyway, we so need to head home. The very last thing that I got was the picture frames that I needed, which I think are really sweet. They've got a very small like beading detail all the way around the outside, but I think these are perfect. So I've got the two of these that I needed. Anyway, it's now time to head home. I am up to chapter 22. So I accidentally went past the break point without even really realizing, but now I can sense why that's a perfect break. So I've paused it. I've put on Gracie. This is a totally separate note, but I am so desperate to go see Gracie Abrams when she comes to London in March, and it pains me so much that I didn't get tickets. Like, it physically hurts me. I think I have been listening, well, I don't know, when did The Secret of Us, when did the album come out? Maybe in like June or July or something. I have been listening to it non-stop. It is all I've listened to since then. Poor Taylor has not had a look in. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, well, it was definitely June, because I was fully listening to the album before Taylor and Gracie came out on stage, whichever show that was at, as part of the Eras tour. And I remember feeling so jealous then. Anyway, so if you know how I can get tickets to that, then please let me know, because I'm willing to sell my soul to go and see Gracie when she comes. Anyway, enough, Ellen, enough. Let's get home, because I'm very soon going to see my friends for lunch, and I'm getting to see their babies, which is so nice. And then this evening, I'm starting the Mindfuck series, and Cameron and I are going to carve our pumpkins, which is so fun. Could you believe there was Christmas decor out? Christmas! I have to be honest, I put the biggest smile on my face. It was my first like Christmas song that I listened to. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the first one of the year. And it hit me so hard. And I was like, it hasn't even been Halloween. Like it hasn't been Halloween. Today we're carving pumpkins for Halloween, but Christmas is here apparently. So I have to be honest, I'm so excited for it. I love Christmas so much. How soon can we start looking at Christmas things? Like how soon can we buy the Christmas Kindle stickers? How soon can we start to decorate? Usually I wait until the end of November to decorate so that the tree is like ready for the 1st of December, which I think I'll do again. Like I don't think I can get the tree any earlier than like right for the 1st of December, but let me know like what are the rules. I feel like it does keep creeping earlier and earlier each year, and I struggle with knowing what to do because one, I think like Christmas is magical because it is kind of condensed into this one phenomenal time of year, and if you let it spread too much then it might lose some of its magic. But equally, like, can you lose Christmas magic? I mean, if you start Christmas in November and all the festivities, like I can't imagine Christmas joy actually getting dimmed. So anyway, what is the rules? When can we start shopping for our Christmas Kindle stickers? When can I start planning my festive TBR and all the Christmas cozy books that I want to read? Oh, I'm so excited. Anyway, right, let's go. Hello. So no pumpkins were carved yesterday. I just ended up curling up on the sofa and reading the Mindfuck series, or starting it anyway. I'm a bit annoyed we didn't carve the pumpkins. I wish they were done today, but we can still do them tonight and they'll be ready for tomorrow, which is Halloween. I've just sat down because I want to do some book journaling. I've got a few updates I really need to make, but more importantly than the updates was I feel like I've been getting more and more questions from you guys, like where my supplies are from for the book stuff. Sorry if you can hear drilling. Cameron is currently drilling downstairs and there's nothing I can do about it. So we're just gonna have to keep filming through it. Because every time he gets a break in meetings, he just like dives for the drill or the sand or whatever it is and keeps going. Oh, one sec, the postman's here. Honestly, it's all chaos today. Oh, sorry, I'm back. Chaos, I'm telling you. Oh, well, first of all, whilst we're all very distracted and not getting on with things properly, what do you think of my new jumper? Do you love it as much as I love it? Because I love it. This is my November jumper. It's my non-Christmas Christmas jumper. And I'm obsessed. It is the nicest deep chocolatey brown in the world with these lovely like brown tones. Oh, I'm obsessed. It's so nice. I love it. I'll link this for sure. Marks and Spencer's are just hitting it out of the park at the moment. I swear everything they put down I'm picking up. I am loving M&S. I'm also loving these clips that I bought yesterday. I've been trying them today and they're so easy to do. Look, so I've just clipped it up. I bet this is now gonna look so rubbish. Hopefully this looks good. I'll have to check when I edit. But it's just so easy, and there's not like a big bulky clip that I sometimes find like scrunches too much of my hair in one place. And obviously if I had a minute to like do it properly, and I haven't even done this in front of a mirror, so I can look in the viewfinder, so I can't really see what that looks like. But anyway, today was hair wash day, so my hair's all very clean, so I'm fine having it down, but also obsessed with these clips. They are quite expensive for a clip. I think it was like 25 quid or something, 20 quid for 3. But I love them and I think they're so chic. Obsessed. Anyway, books. So I'm currently sat in front of my Goodreads, which I'm trying to go through and update. I'm currently 9 books behind my reading challenge, although I haven't put any of my October books in. And I think I read like 9 books in October, so we'll see. But we might have to do a video soon of like catching up with my reading challenge because my goal for the year is 90 books. And currently we're 65 books through. That is mad to me, like mad. I've read 65 books in a year already. Like what? That's so many books. I reckon in 2023 I must have read 4, maybe. Like, that's anyway, crazy. But I'm loving it so much. It's been the most fun journey I've ever like embarked upon. It's just so much fun. So I'm going to update my Goodreads. I need to add some bits to my book journal. So let's talk about book journal supplies. My journal that I'm using is from Papier. I love Papier so much. I really recommend them for just like quality stationery, I guess. They just really have a bit of everything. I did initially want to get one specifically like for this. I just happened to already have this one. And I did kind of want one that was specific for books. I could get it like personalized for books on the front. But I thought, considering I already had this, I didn't want to just waste the money, and I wanted to get going with it before my patience would allow me to order one online. If you're going to get a book journal, I'm thinking more like for 2025, you could definitely start now. I started so late in the year, but if you're planning like book journaly supplies to start a proper one in 2025, then I would definitely recommend one with dots. I think having dots in it is perfect. I think lines would be annoying. You could have it completely plain, but I quite like it like when I'm drawing my squares and stuff, that I can have like a rough guide that I'm drawing boxes around. I just feel like books are in rectangles, and there's just like a lot of need to draw rectangles in this book, it feels like. So I really love having dots. You could also get grids. I think lines would be a bit annoying, but yeah, plain or dots I really recommend. And I will link Papier so that you can check them out if you want to, because like I said, I just love their stuff so much. But really, you can just get any book, like any notebooky journal is perfect. I am now thinking that I'm going to use this one for several years so that I've always got these pages in it. Or if I do decide to buy a new one for 2025 that feels a bit more like bookish, that I can have like Ellen's book journal or something written on the front, then I might rip out these pages and like stick them in the front. Because I am confident that for the rest of 2024, I'm going to abandon the monthly summaries. Like, I've just never really properly done it. And all of my monthly summaries are basically blank. But I have really loved doing like the overall pages. So I've loved having like this front reading tracker. I've loved choosing my favorite book of the month. And it's so fun to look back at all of these and see like, oh my gosh, I remember when I read that and I just loved it so much, because it's obviously my favorite ones. And then it's really nice having the rating system. I'm also loving doing the book bingo. I think I'm going to find more like general stuff that I can do. But for me, keeping up with monthly dedicated sections for the books that I read in that month is feeling too unrealistic with just like my current life schedule and busyness. But if I could have these like general pages every single year, that would be really fun to look back on. Oh, for the year of 2024, these were all my favorite books of the month. So I'm thinking I might do that for now. I might start trying to do like monthly dedicated pages in 2025. I'll see what my vibe is like, but it's feeling like a bit too much upkeep to do like a full month dedication, but we'll see how we go. So this is the book. Pens. For the main colouring pens, I've literally just got this multi 20 pack of Crayola, the pastel colours, which I really like them being pastels. Honestly, these are pretty good. Like, I would definitely recommend them. I do think that some of the pinks all start to look a bit the same because it's just pastel colours, but I quite like that it's pastels at the same time. I definitely do want to get like a little pot that I can put these in. You can see like all the colours on the back here that correlate to the pens. I would like a better way to store it than just like in this box. Obviously, this is not like the cutest way to store it. But on the topic of storage, I have recently bought a basket for all my bookish stuff. I will definitely link this. I love this so much. I've actually also bought these for either side of our beds, like in our bedroom. Our bedside tables have like a top shelf and then a bottom shelf. And I wanted to put something on the bottom shelf, so it's basically like a drawer. So it's just a bit more storage next to our beds. And these are so good. These are from H&M. I'll definitely link this. And I figured that because this is quite cute, I can put all of my bookish stuff in here. Like, I can put the book journal in here. I can put the pens in here. I can put all of my like Kindle stickers and everything. And I think this will look really nice on the bookshelf. So I can then slot this onto the bookshelf, and then all of my bookish stuff is just all in one place. So this is my new storage solution. So I don't know how to store these, because at one point I was thinking maybe getting like a pot of pens, but then that actually wouldn't go so well in here. So maybe it is fine in here for now, I don't know, but that is next on the list. So I've got the journal, the pens, the box, and then currently the storage is in a giant Waterstones bag. It's got all my bookish stuff in. I also have my little duster, my book duster and my bookshelf duster. I can reach all the way up to the top of my bookshelves and dust them. That is also going to go into the box, which fits really nicely. I've also got my collection of stickers. I have to be honest, I haven't used any of these. I still think I will at some point. These are also from Papier. These came with something though. I didn't buy these stickers outright. It like came with the pens, but I still think I might use these. There are some really cute ones in here, like hearts and ticks and like done and complete. And I think if I start using my book journal as a bit more of a tracker maybe next year or something, I don't know. I don't know where these stickers are gonna come in, but they also go into the box. I will just link all of this stuff. So if you want to get my exact setup, you can, or if you want to improve on what I've got, then you're also free to do that. I have I bought a multi-pack of mini Pritt sticks. Having minis is 100% worth it. Get the littler the better, because then you can do, like, I've also got a little printed out thing of the score that I want to do like a spread on, because I loved the score so much. It was so fun. But like, they're so much easier if you've got a little one to like stick it into the book. So my mini Pritt sticks, they also go in the box. And then I've got one, I love this. This actually came with the photo album that I bought for my reflection on my 20s video series that I did. So I will link that photo album because that is such a good one. I've bought that photo album again since for just like other photo album-y needs. And it comes with such a lovely gold felt tip. It's really good quality for like a felt tip pen, and it writes really nicely. And I think it comes with the photo album, so you can like write in the photo album with this gold pen. I don't know if I'd recommend that necessarily. It's quite chunky to just write with, but for like colouring gold stars for how good you thought a book was, it's absolutely perfect. That also goes in. And then I've got some like standard supplies. I've got a little mini pair of scissors for doing all my cutting out, and a little ruler for drawing my book rectangles if I ever want to be precise. If you're taking this book stuff seriously, if you're going as crazy as I am, then it's worth having your own little pair of scissors in the box, because it's just organised that way. Because I didn't enjoy the first couple of months running around the house trying to find scissors so I could do it. Now I just have everything complete in my little bookish box. So I've got that, and then I also happen to have little mini highlighters from Papier as well. These are also pastel colours, so these are really cute. And those are nice for like highlighting particular like quotes or phrases if you want to make notes on your favourite bits of books. I also want to start like, I don't know, taking a picture of a favourite page and then sticking that in, and then I can like highlight my favourite quotes like from a picture of the page stuck in my book, if you know what I mean, like a bit more scrapbooky vibes. I think will be really fun. And then I've also got a pencil, always required. I use a pencil so much when I'm book journaling because I like to draw everything out in pencil first and then go over it in a fine liner so that I know I've got it right, because I'm not that great at art, so it usually takes me a couple of tries to get things looking nice. The pencil goes in as well. This is such a nice pen from Papier. I keep going on about Papier, but they really are great. If you have any other stationery brands, let me know. Like Paper Chase, we miss it, okay? We miss Paper Chase a lot, but it's gone. We don't know where it is anymore. So Papier, and Papier is like an elevated Paper Chase anyway, I think. It's like a, to me, Papier is like a nice, it's like a nice stationery brand, which also just feels lovely. Anyway, I love this pen. I just think the colours are also so pretty, like gold and like beige and lilac. It's just lovely. Anyway, this writes really nicely. And then only two things left to show you. My pink Kindle stickers that will come back out again in spring. So I keep my spare Kindle stickers in there. And then the final thing, again from Papier, is this little packet of fine liners, and I love this little envelope storage for it. It's perfect. And I've got 5 in here, and they're just perfect. If I'm honest, I pretty much only use like the dark blue, because that just seems to be the colour I've chosen to like outline a lot of my stuff. Every time I do the writing, like where I've gone around each of the books, like I've just used this blue pen, and same thing, like where I've written over the words here or up here, like I've just used a dark blue liner. I think like a nice dark brown actually would have been even nicer, and there is one of those in here. Well, it's an orange, but it comes out like a nice like dark brown. I think that would have been really pretty. So anyway, I've also got these fine liners, so I'll link these as well. And that is everything that I have in my bookish box. I'm gonna put it on the bookshelf now. It's honestly perfect, to be honest, because I have, well, I've got the 2 entire bottom shelves of the bookshelf completely bare, and then I've got one that's like in the main section that's also completely bare. Sometimes I do find myself just like wanting to rearrange them so that it looks full in different places, because it just is so nice when the bookshelf looks full, but I refuse to bulk buy books just so it's full. we're going to fill it up as we go. Like, that is the rule. I keep telling you that because I'm also convincing myself of that. We're not buying books just to fill it up. Anyway, so this will be so nice to go on one of those shelves. And then eventually, if I do have enough books that everything is filled, then I can just store this like in my desk, or I can slip it under my desk or stick it on the windowsill. Like, there'll be somewhere else for this to go. Anyway, this is my bookish box with all of my bookish creative things. Anyway, as you can probably tell, I'm very, very proud of my bookish box. I now need to do some Goodreads updates. I'm so hooked on this series. I was reading the Mindfuck series last night and I was genuinely enjoying it, but I can't even tell you all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was listen to Heat of the Everflame. It's so good. Nothing has reminded me this much of like ACOTAR and Throne of Glass. I'd say it's not as much ACOTAR because the slow burn in this is so slow. We're now like a good chunk through, well, not a good chunk because it's the longest book in the world, but we are now on chapter 28, which means I still have 19 hours and 23 minutes left listening to it on 1.2, but I'm now on chapter 28 of Heat. And it still feels like the burn is slow, like the vibes are there, but they're still not like all in with each other, you know, which is crazy. Whereas I feel like with ACOTAR, like you get there like a lot quicker. Definitely doesn't take 3 books and a billion hours for things to hope. I mean, stuff better happen properly in this book. Otherwise I'm going to riot. If we have to wait till the end of the final book for things to, like, you know what I mean? You want things to be good. Well, I do anyway. Also, remember how yesterday I was saying, or was it the day before? I can't remember. I was saying that I was really excited because this one was narrated by 2 different people. Well, we're 28 chapters in and we have not heard a lick of that man's voice. So I'm now a bit nervous that maybe something happens and everyone gets separated, or someone gets abducted, or something bad happens and like we're not together anymore, and then we get a point of view of like her point of view and his point of view. That's the only justification I can think of at this point as to why we'd all of a sudden get a new voice, which is a scary thought. Because then I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen or when it's going to happen. But otherwise, why is there all of a sudden a new male voice for the audio and we haven't heard it yet? And we're like such a massive way through. We didn't hear it right from the beginning. Right, anyway, for now, I'm going to get this box onto my bookshelf because this is the first time I'm like putting all my bits into it. Then we're going to update Goodreads. And then non-bookish related, we've got an extra video this week, which is so much fun. So come back on Friday for an extra video, because for the rest of this afternoon and tomorrow, I am like welcoming in November in just all of the coziest, best ways. Going to the shops yesterday and hearing the Christmas music for the first time, I've got to go back. I need to go back. And now that November is here, I feel like I am justified in actually having a cheeky browse. I just like stormed straight through it yesterday. I was determined not to see it. And then anyway, we're going to do an extra video this week because we just need to welcome November. So definitely come back on Friday for a non-bookish video, but it's going to be so cozy. It's going to be so cozy. I'm so excited. But apart from that, thank you so much for watching. I'll link all the stuff that I mentioned. Definitely get this jumper for yourselves. It's so comfy. It's not itchy one bit. I'll also just add, because I think it looks quite itchy, not at all. So I'll definitely link this. Get this. We can all be wearing it together. And let me know what you're reading at the moment and if you're enjoying it. I'm so excited to keep building out my TBR, to be honest. I know I shouldn't because I've got enough on there, but I'm ready to build it out. I want some new bookish inspo. This Spark of the Everflame is like reigniting that Throne of Glass, ACOTAR, like feral vibe for books again. So let me know what you're reading and if you're enjoying it. And if you did make it this far in the video, comment a dragon emoji so that I can see those of you that watched it all the way to the end in honor of the Gryvern. It's not an actual dragon, but there is dragon-ish, there's dragon-adjacent creatures, there's Gryverns in this that are so good. So comment a dragon emoji because I need to see if you made it this far. Thank you so much for watching and for watching all the way through if you did. I hope you're having such a lovely week and I cannot wait to see you in the next one on Friday. Bye guys.